Welcome back, everybody. If you're new, my name's Nicholas, and this is Investing Against the Grain. Do me a favor, if you want to help the channel out, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, or ring that bell. Let's get into it. So I want to hop on right before the market closes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen here with all of you. And the whole goal is really to just take a look at Tesla stock. So let me see if I can go ahead and get this shared over to you guys. Perfect. Here we go. All right. So here we can see Tesla's closing out. We're sitting here at $817 and call it 46 cents. It's bouncing around. Day high is $819. So really, really good movement here. So we'll see where we close out, but let's take it back. Okay. We've been talking about this for a while now, right? I've been talking about this wedge that we are forming. So let's go back to a 1-year view. So here we go. Look at this. We finally broke out. I told you guys this would happen. We talked about it. Let me zoom out a little bit here. Okay. So I told you guys this would happen. Wow. What am I doing? This is what happens when you do things on the fly here. Okay. Well, anyways, you guys kind of get the point. Okay. So we had this wedge. It was forming and we broke out of it. Don't know why this moved completely out of the right place. So it was right about something like that. So this is the candle that broke out. And this is a big deal because this can be something that helps us meaningfully move higher from here. Now, you can also see this other red line here. It's that 750 level. All right, I'm going to come down here. Let's take this down to, let's say, a 6-month time frame. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is better. So here, this 6-month time frame. All right, you can see that this is that 750. We broke past that 750 and we try to break past it. We failed, right? We try to break past it. We fail. We try to break past it. We fail. And here, we just break it. We just blew it out of the water. All right. So we are moving up a lot higher, very meaningfully. So this is very exciting. Let's hopefully we can keep going with this into the rest of the week. There's 1 day left, and then into next week. Okay. So I guess we can stay on here for a few more minutes. Just keep this on. I'll continue to talk just so we can watch this. I'll put this on a day perspective so we can see how this closes out. Let me just move things over here for all of you. There we go. All right. So it looks like we're starting to sell a little bit here. All right. So while we watch this as it closes for the rest of the day, let's talk about some other catalysts we still have for the year, or at least in the very short term. Okay. The next big catalyst for Tesla specifically is the stock split. Okay. So I imagine that we'll probably run up a little bit up until we get the stock split, which is set for August 4th. Well, let me rephrase that. That's when it'll get officially voted on August 4th, the shareholder meeting. And then from there, we'll see a 3-for-1 stock split, which will probably happen a few days later, maybe a week later. I'm not really sure. We also have the potential for Tesla moving into investor grade. All right. So if they do get that increase in their ratings, in their credit ratings to be investor grade, that could open up Tesla to be part of a wider portfolio of investors that can now purchase Tesla because they are at that investor grade level. So that's something else to keep an eye out for. What else? We also have Tesla AI Day at the end of September, right? AI Day Part 2. Now, this is potentially a lot bigger of a deal than we think, mainly because of how Elon spoke about it during the earnings call yesterday. Hopefully you guys caught that. It was Farzad, myself, and Hans, and Mike, and Eshan. So it was a great time. We had a lot of fun with it. But during that earnings call, Elon said that he thinks that people are going to be very surprised about what they're going to show at AI Day. I forget how he said it, but he said it like people think they know what they're expecting. It's going to be bigger than what they expect. So we'll see. Someone like me, other Tesla bulls, I think we have some decently high expectations. So we'll see where they really land with that. So that could be a big deal. Now, let's not forget, as we can see, we're kind of selling off a little bit here. 8:13, got about 2 minutes left here. But let's not forget, we still have some other potential headwinds coming up, but I don't think they're real headwinds. I've been saying this. I think these will be reasons for the stock market to rally. So what is it? So the first is the Fed. The Fed will increase rates probably a 75 basis point rather than a full 100 basis points. So 0.75% rather than 1%. So I think if they do that, it'll kind of hint to the markets that Tesla, that the Fed is starting to slow down with regards to the rate hikes, and that perhaps they are starting to see meaningful progress that they were looking for to slow down demand so that supply can catch up. Then the very next day we get Q2 GDP numbers. If that's negative, then we're in a technical recession. So that would be good for the markets as well, because at that point, we know that we've been in a recession. We're no longer thinking all these talks about maybe we'll be in a recession in the back half of 2022. Maybe we'll be in a recession 2023. At least we'll have gone through it. We'll be over it, and we can move on from that. All right, so we're sitting here, got about 1 minute left. Tesla trying to hold on here. Let's see. Hopefully we can close above 815. That would be nice. So let's talk, while this finishes out here, let's talk about yesterday's call. So there were a lot of good things that happened in yesterday's call, a lot of hidden little nuggets within it. And I'll talk about some of the ones that really stood out to me. So the first one that really stood out to me was the fact that Elon reiterated yet again about the end of the year. He thinks that they'll solve for full self-driving when they go FSD beta wide release. Now, let's be very clear about what that means, okay? So solving for full self-driving, it doesn't mean that you don't have to pay attention anymore. It doesn't mean that you can drive without your hands on the wheel. It doesn't mean any of that, right? I think once they solve the problem, I think it'll still be some time before Tesla feels comfortable saying that it's no longer a beta, right? They need to be smart. They need to hedge their bets and be very risk adverse. So, but the fact that Elon has continued to reiterate this, all right, keep in mind, we are at the end of July now, all right? So we have about 5 months left till the end of the year. So they must be seeing some meaningful progress, whether it's disengagements, whether it's the alpha version they're on, right? They're seeing meaningful progress. So to keep on that thread with the FSD beta, a great question I was asked about when will we have a unified vector space? And I think the question behind it said, is it required for full self-driving? Either way, Elon said it's not required for full self-driving in his opinion. Now keep in mind, nobody really knows, right? Because it hasn't been solved, so we don't really know what's needed. But with that said, full self-driving beta with a unified vector space, Elon believes will happen at the end of this year as well. Okay, so it looks like we close at $815. Yeah, $815.12. So right about what I was hoping for. So that's great, $815. So let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen here, and let's come back home here. All right, cool. So I thought all the FSD beta talk was very good. It was very bullish from my perspective. I also was very optimistic whenever they were talking about where they think they'll be by the end of the year with regards to vehicles per week, I think it was. So I think they had mentioned that they would be at 40,000 vehicles per month. So 40,000 vehicles per month comes out to a little over 2 million vehicles. So if they're already at that run rate by the end of the year, by the end of 2022, and keep in mind, Berlin and Austin won't be fully ramped up. All of Shanghai won't be fully ramped up. And who knows what else they're going to be building at that same time. That means that they will probably very easily hit 50% in 2023 with vehicle growth. Speaking of that 50% number, Elon also reiterated that him and Zach essentially reiterated that there is still a path for them to hit 50% year over year despite the China-Shanghai lockdowns. So as long as we don't see any more issues like that or anything else unforeseen, again, we've listed it over and over on this channel, all the things that we've seen that just essentially have plagued Tesla. And it's not just Tesla, but it's other companies as well. But we're focused on Tesla here. So all the things that plagued Tesla over the last 7-8 months, right? As long as those things kind of just stop happening and we stop getting all this bad news, whether it's Shanghai lockdowns, whether it's shortages from semiconductors, issues with regards to ramping up, permits, all these things that just go on and on and on. As long as that doesn't happen, we should be able to get 50% year over year. Now, let's talk about some big FUD I saw this morning. As you all know, I watch CNBC Squawk Box every morning. It's our ritual. I wake up at 5:45 in the morning. I make coffee for myself and the lady. We sit down on the couch. By 6 a.m., Squawk Box is starting. And we normally have Joe, we normally have Becky, and then Andrew Ross Sorkin. And Andrew's the one that I have an issue with right now. The reason I have an issue with him is because, Andrew, I'm going to pretend that I'm talking to him. You are on CNBC. You are on the channel that is supposed to be the pinnacle for finance news. And somehow, you came on today with your, once again, vengeance or hate for Elon Musk and Tesla, and you spewed some BS. Now, in the span of this BS spewing that you were doing, you decided to sit there and say, oh, I don't hate Tesla. I love Tesla. But come on, who are you kidding? Stop it. You're joking all of us. My big issue with you is that you went on today and you did bad homework. You didn't do proper research. Your team didn't do proper research. Your producer, whoever said for you to say what you said today regarding Tesla not being able to have free cash flow positive because if they didn't sell Bitcoin, this is wrong. Tesla would have had free cash flow regardless of the Bitcoin sell. When Bitcoin gets sold, it is a transfer of an asset. All right. When you sell Bitcoin, it is transferred an asset from a cryptocurrency to a fiat currency. That's all it is. It doesn't have anything to do with free cash flow. Free cash flow is specifically about the business and the operations of the business. So I'm not sure why you came on today with such a vengeance. And I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was your producer. Maybe it was some analyst who told you something that you heard and you didn't decide to look it up. But the point is, this made you look really bad. This made CNBC look really bad. And this created some unnecessary FUD out there first thing in the morning. Now, luckily, Tesla, unlike other companies, have an enormous fan base. And this fan base tends to be a very highly intellectual fan base with people from all different sectors of life. I'm an engineer. I know that people are doctors. A lot of people are in finance. And a lot of these people in finance caught this immediately. And they have been on Twitter and they've been outspoken about this. So you're human. Your producer's human. Everybody's human. Everybody makes mistakes. But the problem is, with all of you, you make these same comments over and over. They're disparaging against Tesla, and you tend to just have this opinion about the company and the man behind the company, and it always comes off negative. So this is really a message to everybody out there. If you watched that today, if you heard any media FUD out there about Tesla only being able to reach free cash flow positive because they sold their Bitcoin, just know that's incorrect. You can go look at the statements yourself. They were released last night. It's not true. The math doesn't lie. Okay, I want to talk about one other thing. Actually, I want to talk about a couple other things. All right, this might go a little longer. We're only 13 minutes in, so bear with me. So with regards to the earnings call, first of all, well done by all of the Tesla team, okay? You could tell they're all in sync. Nobody seemed worried. They all seem confident. The 4680 battery. This one was cautious is the way I would say. I'm very cautious about the 4680 battery right now. I think that they know what they're doing. I think they're trying to ramp up as fast as they can with it. But as with any new technology, as you ramp, as you grow, you're learning, things pop up, you fix it. You got to remember, it's not just a new battery Tesla's using in a vehicle. They're creating the battery. And they're not just creating the battery, they're creating the manufacturing process to create that battery. And they're not just creating the manufacturing for the battery that they're creating that's going to be used in the vehicles, but they're also the ones who are creating the materials for it, right? And when I say materials, what I mean is the dry electrode process, right? All of these things are very revolutionary. So there's a lot of things that they're doing in with this vertical integration with the batteries that other people don't have to do. So please, we need to all be patient. We need to be cautious and not be over optimistic about the 4680 battery ramp. Will it come? Yes. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And as problems come up, they troubleshoot, they iterate, and they find ways around it. So I'm highly confident with the 4680 battery. It just may not come as fast as we had hoped. Now, I do think next year will be the year for 4680 battery. I think next year will be the year for FSD as well. So next year should be the year that everything kind of really starts to come together. So I'm very, very excited about that, but I am still being cautious about it. So we'll see where that lands. Now, one last thing. This earnings call was a good one, but Q3 and Q4 are going to be massive, barring any unforeseen issues, and we can't plan for those. Q3 and Q4 will, in my opinion, dwarf anything anyone's expecting. Q3 and Q4 are going to be such juggernauts for this company, and then you sprinkle in what's going to happen in September with AI Day, you sprinkle in the potential of wide release for FSD beta. None of this financial advice, but this might be the last chance to really get into this company at as Steve Mark Ryan would say, the bargain of the century. All right. Look, we've been going up and down and all this stuff that's, it's been tragic, getting all the way down to 620. I get it. It's been heartache. But hopefully you've been buying all along. And if you haven't, maybe now's the time to start diving in. Not financial advice, but I would hate to see people when we're at 2,000, 3,000 a share looking back saying, damn, I really wish I would have invested a little bit. All right. So do what you can. It's, in my opinion, again, this is just my opinion. I can't stress it enough, not financial advice. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. This is the opportunity to change the course for your family. All right. To me, this is the best investment that you can possibly make over the next 10 years. It just seems so clear to me. And perhaps I have my blinders on. Perhaps in a couple years, we're going to look back and I'm going to be dead wrong. I don't think I will be, but it's possible, right? It's not impossible. But I think this is going to be absolutely revolutionary. Tesla will be the largest company in the world. Tesla will be the most profitable automaker. Tesla will be the largest automaker. Tesla will have autonomous driving, and Tesla will come out with a humanoid. And we haven't even talked about electricity. We haven't talked about insurance. We haven't talked about future products, which Elon kept alluding to nonstop during this call. All right. So with all of that said, I think that this quarter went off without a hitch. It was as perfect as a quarter as you could have possibly wanted. Now, be cautious, okay? Just because we had a good day today doesn't mean tomorrow we can't give up a lot of the gains we saw today. But I think from here, the trajectory is up and to the right. And so it feels really good to be back in the 800s. Hopefully we can stay here, but not for long. Hopefully we get into the 900s. So with that said, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed today, this rally. You deserved it. We all deserved it. Tesla definitely deserved it. I hope all the employees are enjoying it. It's their hard work that we're all benefiting from. So to all the Tesla employees out there, the ones who worked endlessly, long nights, we really thank all of you. So with that said, we're going to leave it there. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, or ring that bell. Love you all. See you tomorrow. Peace.